What's up, guys? It's Sam, the Raid Man. I got so many comments in my last video. It's the most comments I've ever gotten. Mostly good, but a lot of hate, a lot of negativity. There's actually a lot of hate in my last two videos. Hydra is very controversial, and I guess I'm covering some topics that are very controversial. But I got a lot of comments about my clan boss team, which is the Wixwell Infinity Shield team. And if you look at it right here, you can see it, 647 million on Brutal, and I've did 5 something, I think, on Ultra Nightmare, using a +4 Gentoro. And people are like, no way, dude, like there's way better teams. Geomancer's doing like 800 to 900 million. One guy was like, a 1-to-1 team with Geomancer is the highest possible damage. I'm like, you're out of your mind. First of all, like there's no reason a 1-to-1 team would be better than a 2-to-1 team against Geomancer. I mean, I guess the argument would be like, if you're taking less turns, you hit the turn count limit later. I disagree. I can potentially try that. Let me know in the comments if you think that's true. To me, the more turns we take, the faster we build the shields up and the more damage we do. So today we're going to be testing out probably my favorite epic in the game. And I recently just pulled a 6-star soul on him. Of course, it is the man, the myth, the legend, Geomancer, the dwarf, the myth, the legend. Excuse me. Don't mean to mislabel him. Pulled a 6-star soul on him. We're also going to be doing a Hydra damage build with him, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe to the channel. We put him in a 6-star Crushing Rent, mostly for Hydra, but I'm not going to pay to do it twice. Probably Phantom Touch would be the best here since I already have Cruelty. And build him in 6-piece Merciless. I have 0 Merciless Dwarf accessories, so that's tough. The build isn't as good as I'd want it to be, because those help a lot. We don't really care about HP in Clan Boss, but in Hydra that will matter. 39,000, 6,000 attack, which is good, not a lot. Again, that could be helped if we had better accessories. 2,900 defense, which for the Infinity Shield team is plenty. Gentoro had like 2,700, so this will be plenty. And we're going to take less damage because of his passive. 221 speed, 97 crit rate, just shy of the 100, 282 crit damage, and 357 accuracy. Did put him in Helm Smasher. And so he's got the 35% ignore defense from here. Depending on this, 1% for every level of here, and then the chance to get the 25% more ignore defense here. So let's go take him to Clan Boss. And what level is the Clan Boss? 250. So we're ignoring another 25%. So we've got 60% built in with a chance to go up to 85%. Now, one thing that's interesting about Geomancer is one of his abilities, his main ability, does not actually hit. He also is +1, so that does help, especially with his survivability. So I'm going to put this as the opener, and I'm actually going to put this as the priority. I think we're going fast enough, and his AI is smart enough to use this when it's low. Past that, we don't really care too much. This does hit really hard. It actually has like very good multipliers, and the A1 is fine. For the Hydra, that's going to be better because it's AoE. So let's go ahead and put this team on. We're not going to quick battle, so this is going to be long. I'll definitely speed it up and put some music on. My initial thought is I have no confidence that he can outdamage Geomancer. I mean, Geomancer can outdamage a +4 Gentoro with the Mikage, like that synergy that those two have together. I'm like, there's no shot. That being said, I think there's a good chance that I'm wrong. I think that there's definitely a chance that this will outdamage that. And the biggest part of that, if you're unfamiliar with Geomancer's kit, I'll go over it super quick. He places HP burn, and champions or enemies under HP burn deal 15% less damage to your team. So that will make it easier to scale our shields up, although I don't really think that's an issue with this team. But the biggest thing is he reflects a lot of that damage. And I did learn, again, lots of comments, probably about 10 comments just about reflect damage. Wixwell, I need to actually change his mastery. Let's go ahead and do that right now. I will change that mastery and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I changed Wixwell's mastery. He's still only level 48. I just want to have the bruise to take him up, so I need to level him in campaign. It was 5-star faultless defense. Actually, it was like 3-star. Now it's 5-star. But apparently the reflect doesn't work with shield. So basically, reflect damage in general bases off of the amount of damage you take and then submits a portion of that back to the attacker. And so because we have these shields, our shields are taking damage, but we ourselves are not taking any damage. Our health is never decreasing below 100, so the reflect isn't doing anything. And I did test that, and that is correct. I used a Fellhound, applied the reflex buff, and it literally did nothing. So that is 100% correct. But I did notice in the last run that he did like a surprising amount of damage, and I was like, that's interesting. So I just put him in Heaven Cast. The suggested buff is, or mastery, not mastery. I can't think of the word blessing. My brain is fried right now. The suggested blessing is, cruelty, but we have 6-star cruelty on Demitha. I apologize, guys. It's very late. So I put him in Heaven Cast because he just seems to be doing a lot of damage. I did turn off his intercept buff, so he's just every attack is, or every move is hitting somebody. So that's, I think, a good mastery for him, and he should get up to 10 buffs, and it's at a 5-star. That's really good. So that'll be 15% more damage. Again, not like a nuker, not like Gentoro or anything, but should help, I think. I think that's a good call. Okay, so let's take a look at Geomancer's abilities. A1, 143, just weakened there, no decreased defense. We are losing decreased defense from Gentoro, so our raw damage and our War Master procs will not be as good. 390 there on the A2 with no decreased defense, which is really, really big. Potentially in this particular comp, Heaven Cast might be better for Geo as well, because Crushing Wind doesn't do as much as it does in Hydra, but especially because we have Cruelty on Demitha, we're already decreasing the defense of Clan Boss a lot. But that being said, we don't have decreased defense, so the ignore defense I think is definitely helpful. 147 on A1 is not bad. We do have him in a 1-piece counterattack, so he's got a 5% chance to counterattack on every ability. I do want to kind of check on the shields for a little bit before we put it on auto. We're doing well over 2 million per turn. The goal of this is just because it's such a long fight. Like you'll see in a second when the Clan Boss attacks. Let's see if I can slow it down, and you'll see the reflect. Looks like we got about 5-ish 75,000s, which is the chance of proccing basically like a mini War Master. It's not actually a War Master. It used to be, and now it's not. It's just like a chance of it's 3% max HP, but for the Clan Boss, that's just nerfed to 75,000, like a War Master hit is. Geo did lose a turn there, which is unfortunate. The intercept buff is so weird. I just don't think it's actually worth trying to make it work. I think we're just going to rely on rule all hits, and then we have Padre who reduces the cooldowns, and then we have like 10 turn counts left. And I mean, this is a good run. This is nowhere near what we did with Gentoro. The more I think about it, again, let me know in the comments, the more I think that maybe a 1-to-1, at least for the Geocomp, is better. Which is crazy because it's like it's harder to take more turns, you're not doing as much damage with people. And yeah, it's just like harder to extend the buffs and extend the shield. But I think if we build the team a little tankier, the idea with that team or that concept is Geo, like his damage doesn't scale, right? Like it's not like you're taking more damage. Normally you would. If you had an unkillable team where you're actually taking the damage, that would scale, but it's not reflecting the shields. Brogni does, but Geomancer does not. He's just like the chance at the War Masters, basically. You'll see that all the reflect damages just do 0, and the War Masters do 75. I will say, wixwell did 67. That's about how much he did last time. Granted, there's no decreased defense, so maybe it would be a little bit better. Obviously, leveling up to 60 will help as well. I think we're going to try that 1-to-1 team. I'm basically going to do this exact same team, but sub out Padraig. Trying to think for who would be best. I'm kind of thinking Gentoro just will have decreased defense, and he'll still bring in a lot of damage. But I might need to bring in someone tankier, like a Krisk. Maybe not Krisk. Someone who does Ally Protect, or someone who does, like, I don't know, maybe Brogni, because we could avoid the stuns there. I don't know. Let me know in the comments who I should run in that. I am going to try the 1-to-1 team. And after this, I'm going to go ahead and record the Hydra team. So if you guys enjoy this kind of content, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see y'all on the next one.